Jenny Salisa.
Chair, for this brief call on the health practitioners' replacement of statutory references to medical practitioners bill. It's a mouthful, Mr. Chair. Labor is very, very supportive of this bill. However, it's taken such a long time for this bill to get to the government's legislative agenda. Nursing organisations and leaders have been advocating for over a decade for the removal of legislative barriers for nursing practitioners to undertake the full range of duties which they are capable of. And, Mr. Chair, it's really important that legislation keeps up with the evolving roles of the health workforce and that we empower rather than impede our health practitioners to use the skills and the abilities that they have. The Nursing Review, after the first reading of this legislation, noted that the functions covered by the 7 acts that this omnibus bill is addressing includes signing death certificates, taking blood specimens from drunk drivers, declaring people unfit to drive, prescribing controlled drugs and signing sick leave certificates. The current legislation, Mr. Chair, means that nurse practitioners can sign ACC forms and sickness benefits forms, which they can't sign certificates for ordinary sick leave from work right now. A nurse practitioner, Mr. Chair, after this legislation goes through, is very, very useful, especially for our rural areas. This legislation will have a significant impact on our rural services. The bill will allow several things. First, it will allow health practitioners with the required competencies and knowledge to perform more statutory functions. Second, it will make it easier for the public to access statutory health services. Third, it will allow health workforce to use their knowledge and skills. And last, it will facilitate innovative services and efficient use of practice. Part 1 of this legislation deals with Accident Compensation Act of 2001. The rehabilitation plans under this Act will have a wide range of health practitioners who would be able to contribute to ACC claimants' rehabilitation plans. The effect of this amendment in Clause 4 of the bill is that health practitioners leading the coordination of provision of treatment or rehabilitation to the claimants will be given the opportunity to participate in the preparation of a claimant's individual rehabilitation plan. Mr. Chair, Clause 4, subsection 1 will now insert a new paragraph, paragraph C, into Clause 7, subsection 3 of the schedule, and this would add any practitioner providing treatment to the claimant to the list of people to be given the opportunity to participate in preparing and costing of a claimant's rehabilitation plan. Mr. Chair, we agree that this is really needed. We now have over 50,000 nurses in New Zealand registered with the Nursing Council. We have a looming GP retirement with about 44% of them about to leave our medical profession in the next 10 years. So it is really timely that we allow our nursing practitioners to be able to assist in this manner and to be able to put their clinical services and assist our health services. Mr. Chair, we know that the health service has been underfunded over the last 6 years by a lot of money. We also know, Honourable Minister, that quite a lot of our health practitioners, especially our doctors, are going on strike, I believe, beginning tomorrow. 20 DHBs, is it tomorrow or is it next week, are going on strike because partly because of this underfunding in the DHB. And so we totally agree with this particular legislation, giving nurse practitioners more to do, especially because they are skilled and able to do so. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Point of order, Jo Hayes.
I move that all provisions be taken as one question for the purposes of this debate, with a vote on each question.
Leave is sought for that purpose. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Then the question is, you'll get a call. Yep, I'm just, this is a matter I have to deal with. So the question is now the parts 1 to 7, Schedules 1 and 2 and clauses 1 and 2 stand part. So, Lewis Wall, you can
Thank
talk
you,
about
Mr.
anything
Chair.
within the bill now.
I appreciate